New tonight, we are learning more about the fire at the El Jardín Hotel in Brownsville. The property owners were contacted in the past for failing to meet city ordinance.
As we've reported, firefighters responded to a fire that sparked on its roof over the weekend. Channel 5's Carolina Cruz has the latest on the investigation.
Wooden boards, locks, and gates are required by Brownsville's code enforcement team. It's a way to ensure abandoned property stays within city regulations. Brownsville Assistant City Manager Miguel Lopez explains.
The attempt we try to do is make contact with the owner or a renter or the realtor, because there's some buildings. And once we make contact with them, we give them a citation or a warning and say, you know what, you need to get this building in place. You need to get it in compliance, protected, shielded with however it is to secure it, so that nobody can go onto the property and maybe hurt themselves.
Assistant Fire Chief Cesar Pedraza says they are taking a hard look at a group called the Urban Explorers. This is a group of people who are taking a thrill-seeking challenge. Their goal is to get onto and into abandoned private property and document it.
We've seen that happen at the El Jardín Hotel, in which we recently had a fire. That hotel is very unsafe. There's open elevator shafts. There's holes in the floor large enough for an adult to fall through. And being up on the rooftop, in which we've seen a lot of these social media posts, can be very dangerous.
Assistant Chief Pedraza says the high winds today caused some of the glass windows to shatter and fall, resulting in a street being blocked off. He says this is one of the dangers folks face when trespassing into a decaying building.
And we're trying to discourage teenagers, young adults, and even some adults to perform in those particular activities.
Assistant Chief Pedraza says his department's on high alert for trespassers. Lopez says the city will continue collaborating with other departments to stay on top of any suspicious activity in buildings such as the El Jardín Hotel.
What we do is we use our police departments around there looking around for any buildings where there's any activity going on. Or we also have inspectors going around in the neighborhoods looking for abandoned and vacant buildings, and those that are been identified as abandoned and vacant to make sure they're in compliance.
Brownsville Code Enforcement says the property owners of El Jardín were back in compliance. Those windows that broke today will have to be closed up. In Brownsville, Carolina Cruz, Channel 5 News at 10.